It was the night before Christmas, not a creature was stirring, except the nasty monkey heading towards Tien and Chaozu right now. Wait, this isn't Christmas. What am I going on about? Hey guys, DB Right here, and welcome back to What If Tien Stayed Evil? And well, naturally we are continuing off where we last left off, with the end of the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, Goku marrying Chi-Chi and having Gohan. The big difference is, Tien Shinhan is not one of the good guys. In fact, for the second time he attempted to team up with Piccolo in order to try kill the good guys. Something about, if he did it, he'd live like a king if Piccolo was in charge. Enough to get Tien's power ambition going. Well, since failing for the second time, Tien has been living in disgrace on his own somewhere in the mountainside, away from everybody, especially Goku and, of course, Piccolo. Piccolo wants nothing more to do with those two. After all, they ran off on him. Well, this is where things begin to go different, because 5 years later, Raditz has made his arrival, and he's going for the nearest power level, and it's not Piccolo this time. No, he has detected the power levels of Tien and Chaozu, and is going straight for him. And Tien and Chaozu are just on the mountains, continuing with their trading. Tien Shinhan building himself up and wanting his revenge on Goku. This time, once and for all. And well, this is where they sense this overbearing power heading straight towards them. And well, of course, it is Raditz who is before them. Huh, seems I'm wasting my time here. Neither of you are Kakarot. Kakarot? Never heard of him. Now I suggest you beat it before something bad happens to you. Ha! Listen to you, puny earthling, threatening me, the mighty Raditz, a Saiyan elite. Come on, we know Raditz calls himself an elite. And well, even though Tien and Chaozu are looking brave, it's the intimidation tactics are not working on Raditz. However, this is where Tien gets a really good look at Raditz and notices the tail. You know what? I'll ask you one more time. I'm looking for a man named Kakarot. Do you know of him? And, well, Tien decides, well, take a shot in the dark. Perhaps Goku is actually this Kakarot person. After all, he has a tail just like this guy. Couldn't hurt to try and steer him in that direction, even if it's just to get them away from them. Well, you see, I don't know about a Kakarot. However, if you head over in that direction, you'll find a place known as Mount Paozu. You'll find a man named Goku. He may know who you're talking about. He has a tail. That's it! And well, Raditz goes to turn away, and Tien tries to cheap shot him with a with a Dodon wave. But this does nothing to Raditz, and Raditz is thinking about basically taking out Tien, when he then picks up another power level. Not too far from where Tien and Chaozu are. This one turns out to be Piccolo. And the whole run-in with Raditz and Piccolo. You creatures on this planet are really beginning to annoy me. Thinking you're all tough when you're not. And of course, just like in the original, he then picks up Goku, Goku's energy, heading towards Roshi's Island for the reunion. And so, that whole thing begins to play off much like it does in the original. And, well, much like in the original, Piccolo follows Raditz, but he's not the only one tailing Raditz. Tien and Chaozu are also tailing him. And much like Piccolo, Tien are hiding themselves somewhere nearby the island and checking out what's going on. They see Goku taken down rather easily by Raditz, something that surprises the three of them. And Goku's kid being taken. And, well, essentially, that whole thing begins to play out. And so, Piccolo makes his presence known, and Goku and Piccolo make their alliance. However, Tien then makes his presence. I wouldn't even bother. Even with the two of you, you may not have the strength to defeat him. What? Tien? What are you doing here? I was about to ask the same question. Give me one reason why I shouldn't obliterate you right now. Temper, Piccolo. I am here to simply help Goku get his kid back. Not to mention, I mean, I'm a bad guy and all, but not even I will resort to kidnapping children. What a coward! Second of all, it's obvious this guy intends to conquer our planet. And well, there's no profit to be made in the planet's destruction. Yep, that's where Tien's heading, money and power. So, we've got the team of Tien, Piccolo and Goku heading towards Raditz this time. And so, I guess you could call this the World Martial Arts Dream Team. As the three of them descend upon Raditz, and the battle begins. He can see that after Goku, Piccolo remove their weighted clothing, their power levels go up, and Tien and Chaozu, because I keep forgetting to mention Chaozu. Yep, Chaozu was with them as well. Their energies are going up as well. Very interesting. This only read them barely over 100 before, some sort of nonsense like that. Or 200 and some before. Now they're pushing 300, while these guys are pushing 500. What's going on? You know, the scouter. And the battle begins, and this time, Raditz is actually having a hard time. Because it's not just Goku and Piccolo this time, there are two more of them. Almost as strong as Piccolo and Goku are. And that is enough to get on anybody's nerve. Even a 1200 power level of Raditz. And they're the way they're attacking and coordinating their attacks, it's, even though they're all enemies, it's their teamwork is actually quite flawless. And, well, to put it basically, Raditz ends up taking quite a bit of damage early on in the fight, as when Goku attempts to blast him with the Kamehameha, and Raditz decides to block and face it, he ends up getting paralyzed by Chaozu, taking a direct hit from Goku's Kamehameha, and, well, Goku uses the opportunity to grab him by the tail, and Piccolo is charging up his attack, and of course Raditz tricks him into letting go of the tail like in the original. So yes, Goku ends up letting go of him, and of course, he ends up dodging Piccolo's first special beam cannon, and he also ends up pummeling Goku into the ground like Raditz does in the original. However, it's like, where is Tien gone? And don't worry, that's coming up. But of course, we got to have the Gohan busting out of the pod and headbutting Raditz into the gut like in the original. And well, Gohan, immediately after doing that, his power level just drops because he has no memory of what he just did. And not to mention the damage he did to Raditz. And Raditz is just about to power up and destroy Gohan. And suddenly, it is heard, Tri-Beam! Tien fires the Tri-Beam. And Raditz is reduced to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Raditz is dead. And, Tien, definitely huffing and puffing after the Tri-Beam. He's worn out. Piccolo is now powering down, because he was charging up his second one. Chaozu's just relieved the whole thing's over. But Tien goes up to the beaten down Goku, grabbing him by his gi. You fool! Why would you let go of the enemy like that? Do you realize what would have happened if I hadn't been around? Your kid would be dead. Although his concern for Gohan is quite touching, I'll admit. So at least, well, you got to have some redeeming qualities, even in a character that is evil and stays evil. Otherwise, we don't really have much really good storytelling there. After all, Tien could sort of relate to that, you know, the way he looks after Chaozu. And so, with that, Nappa and Vegeta are indeed on their way to the planet, but because Raditz was obliterated right there on the spot, there's no mention of the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls haven't been mentioned yet. And, well, that means Nappa and Vegeta, they're pretty much coming to investigate what happened to Raditz, and, yeah, if it turns out he's actually dead, kill the ones who killed him. Why not? It'll be fun. After all, there aren't many beings in the universe that can even stand up to Cybermen. And so, Goku thanks Tien. Now, meanwhile, Piccolo gets a message from Kami that there are 2 sinister power levels heading to the planet, and they would be there in roughly a year's time. Those are, of course, Nappa and Vegeta. And that they are stronger than the last guy they fought, and he passes on the message to... Piccolo passes on the message to Goku and Tien, and, basically, thanks to the bond that Piccolo and Tien have had over the years, they can telepathically talk to, and they're both thinking the same thing as they look at Gohan, and basically, they cheap shot Goku and knock him out and take the kid. For now, Piccolo's willing to put his differences with Tien aside in order to get this kid up to speed, and that Goku can basically look forward to seeing him in a year. And I think this is a pretty cool spot to leave things, at least for the moment. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this part? How are the other Z Warriors going to fit into this? Well, essentially, I guess Bulma... But Bulma doesn't have a scout to track him down this time. This will be interesting. Well, she knows where to find Krillin and Yamcha. Tien and Chaozu are already there. Okay, so they're all there. That's right. Other than Yajirobe, who's at Korin's Sanctuary. So yeah, that's everybody. What am I thinking? Ryan, everybody did be right. Everyone knows already. Alright, so How are things going to go for Gohan this timeline with 2 martial art masters draining him? Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't going to be Tien suddenly turning good. It's, again, as he said before, there's no prophet to the end of the world. And Piccolo doesn't want anyone else conquering his world. So, I think, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys again next time.